When you're first starting leg yield, you can ride it with a bit of flexion. So bend him a bit right, Dylan. Flex him right, a bit more. So when you first start training leg yield, we always start with a little bit of bend in the horse's neck, just to help the horse understand the sideways motion and to make it easier for him. So we always start it with a little bit of bend, which makes it easier for the horse to go sideways. And when they get good at that, then we start trying to make the leg yield straight. So the horse is straight through the whole body. So the horse, again, as in like the shoulder in the trave, the horse should just trot sideways with ease. Shouldn't be any tension, any loss of rhythm. It should just glide over sideways. If you can't get that ease, the feeling of them going over sideways easily, then you're probably making the angle too steep. And you need to give them more time to learn to go sideways. So what you're looking for with the legs is the horse's legs cross over. So you can do it from the centre line to the outside track, or you can do it from the outside track to the centre line. Okay, so this is Dylan Dutram riding an 8-year-old horse by Fleming that we've been working on for the last year or so. He's competing at medium level. So he's just here starting by doing some shoulder in on the diagonal line, which we use a lot in training. We don't have much angle. We use it as a suppling exercise and a straightening exercise. And also, eventually, it becomes a good collecting exercise. The more advanced you make it. But we, at this stage, this horse's training, Dylan would just keep the angle very, very slight. We're just looking for a nice uniform bend through the horse's whole body, and he just trots easily over. It shouldn't be any hassle or any stress. He just trots sideways in a good rhythm with ease. So the horse, you see, the exercise should bring you a better balance, more suppleness, and more control. And you see the horse is in a good outline, in a good uphill carriage. The trot's good, he's keeping a good rhythm. Good, so what you're looking for in the shoulder in is the horse should just be on 3 tracks. So the head's on one track, the forelegs on another track, and the hind legs stay on the same track all the way through the movements. When you're riding a half pass, it's always really important to ride to a marker. Always have, make in your head, be clear about where you're riding to. So the horse knows, is very clear to the horse in which direction he's going. So when Dylan starts the half pass, he's going to make it very clear to the horse where he's going. So it looks like Dylan's going to aim towards B. He points the horse at B and he bends him around his inside leg and pushes the horse over sideways. So for me, that was quite a nice half pass. It looked easy. The horse looked very comfortable doing it. Go large, Dylan, do one the other way. But for a high mark, if you were in a competition, the horse would need more bend through the whole body, a nice uniform bend through the whole body. So he's coming down the centre line at A, so he's clear in his head where he's going. He points the head and neck the direction he's going. He bends the horse around his inside leg and then pushes the horse over sideways with his right leg. Good.
I'm Elizabeth Allen and I'm a rider and trainer from Collective Equestrian, and this is Rosie. She is a 13-year-old KWPN and she is competing at Inter 2 and Grand Prix level. We are going to hopefully show you how to start work towards warp pirouettes, the building blocks for them, and then how to start to link them together so you can ride your 2 half pirouettes like you would in a test. When introducing the warp pirouette, you want to be able to make sure that the horse can move a little bit off each leg. So you can leg yaw to the right, or you can leg yaw to the left. Come on, Rosie. So that they understand that what the moving away from aid is. And then I tend to start by just teaching them the travers down the long side, so moving their quarters in as they go down the long side. So as I go into the corner, do a little half halt on my outside rein, inside leg on to push the bend to the inside, and then half halting down the rein with my outside rein, and then outside leg is back behind the girth. So I'm asking the horse to bring the quarters in, but keep the shoulder on the wall. So their nose and shoulders are pointing directly down the line of the fence. So you want them just onto 4 tracks. And it's also important that the horse can comfortably move in and out of that position, and that the rhythm doesn't alter too much and they don't get tense. So this is quite a useful way of making the horse become more supple and also more elastic. Let's do it once more. So she comes around the corner quite easily. And then my inside leg is to be able to keep riding her forwards. So that's activating her. A little flick of the whip, it doesn't work. And once they're happy with that each way, you can then move on to doing it on a circle. So then you can start, say, about a 15-metre circle, just riding them straight, so that the line of the spine follows the line of the circle. So I can just about see her eyelashes on the inside. And then a little half halt on my outside rein, outside leg back, so her front legs stay on the original circle, and then she starts to walk a smaller circle with her hind legs. So my inside rein is doing very little, just sort of keeping her soft and keeping the flexion. And then it's just balancing her between my outside rein and my outside leg. And then the inside leg is controlling how much turning she does. So with very little inside leg, I can make it smaller. Or when I put the inside leg on, I can then make the circle bigger. So then once the horse is happy doing that each way, you can then turn your circle onto a square. So then you just ride a couple of corners normally, just so they start to work out where they're going. And then you can ask for a quarter turn on each corner. So you want the inside hind leg to be almost pivoting, not quite on the spot, but a very small circle. So almost thinking a little bit shoulder in feeling before you go in, half halting on the outside rein, and then turn. So I'm all the way time looking where I want to go. So then the horse also starts to follow the way of the weight of my head goes. And then you can start to add 2 quarter turns together. I won't do it that time, she anticipated. So then I just ride a normal corner. And go a little bit softer and rounder. So then I half halt the outside rein. Wait, she knows what's coming now. And then look over my left shoulder and turn. And then off the inside leg, ride 2 couple of steps forwards, ask a little bit rounder, and then add in another turn. Good go. So then once they're comfortable with that, you can then do the whole, well, half a pirouette. So you only ever do half a warp pirouette in a test. So often the lines are across the middle of the school, so it's quite good to practice them along there, and also then you can check how straight the horse is. So a little half halt, slightly thinking turning the shoulder to shoulder 4, keeping the rhythm forwards. And then looking over my left shoulder. And then hoping that they step quite actively and that they don't end up sticking. Do it the other way, so changing the flexion, moving her off my right leg instead, looking over my shoulder. And then remembering to ride forwards off my inside leg as I come out, so almost in a very slight shoulder 4 feeling as I come out.